Hi everybody. So, I decided to vlog about something that I get asked a lot. So, makes sense to vlog about it, right? Well, people ask me why I'm so involved with my Catholic faith. And a lot of people think that I should become a nun, and I highly doubt that that's ever going to happen because there's just too many cute young men out there, and I don't feel like God's really calling me to that. My faith journey started when I was baptized, as it does for any Catholic. But many Catholics don't realize that they're called to evangelize and be a disciple of Christ upon their baptism. Partially because you're a baby and you don't really know what's going on, and also, as you're growing up, you have things that get in the way. And some grow up in very Catholic homes and they go to church every Sunday with their family, and either they decide to continue practicing their faith, they sort of practice their faith, or they don't at all. I grew up going to church every Sunday with my mom and my sisters, and growing up, as a child, I had a special place in my heart for God, and I remember when I was in elementary school, like second grade, I would save a seat on the bus for Jesus, and I would say, oh, he's coming with me to school. And as I got older, around 12, I started not wanting to be Catholic anymore. I thought it was stupid. There's too many rules. I had to wake up every Sunday morning to go to some boring long talk by this old priest. And I wanted to really, on Sunday mornings, I wanted to go to the Church of St. Mattress. You know what I'm talking about. I wanted to sleep in. And I wanted to be something that was, cooler, something that celebrities were doing. I wanted to be Buddhist, or I wanted to do Kabbalah, or I wanted to be a New Ager. But it wasn't until my freshman year of high school that I began to rediscover my Catholic faith. High school was definitely a time of transition for me. I mean, I started high school in 8th grade, but because that's how my school system did it. But it was kind of like the freshman year, I really started to feel like I wasn't a child anymore, but I was becoming an adult. And so there were definitely some big changes in my life. And on top of all of that, my parents were getting divorced, so it's definitely a tumultuous time in my life. And then I had a friend who invited me to the youth mass called Life Teen at our church. And so I went, and I saw other people there my age, and I just kept going every week. I think part of the reason I kept going was because they always had me altar serving, so I was kind of forced to go, but I enjoyed it. And I guess God had a plan. That's why I was always serving, because he wanted me to stick around. And so then that summer I went to a Catholic youth conference, and that was probably definitely a key moment of change in my life. They had exposition of the Blessed Sacrament the second night that we were there. And I remember, it's very hard to explain and hard to put into words, but as the priest was processing down the aisle with the monstrance, with the Eucharist, I just had like this overwhelming feeling of love and peace. And it was like, I'm not really an emotional person. Well, I'm not. And I mean, I don't really cry in public, but I just came pretty close to, bawling my eyes out. And I don't know, it felt kind of supernatural, I guess. And that was pretty much the moment when I decided, you know what, I'm just going to give this Catholic faith even more of a try, and I'm going to take it into my own hands to go to church every week, whether it's the youth mass or not. And then my churches ended up closing anyways, so I didn't have a youth mass. But I mean, I've been going to just the regular mass, and I don't know if they're served, but I lector and I serve communion and I play my violin in the choir. And now that I'm 24, I know this YouTube is mostly about my faith. If you were to see me in public, I'm not like a Billy Graham type. I'm not the type to go up to people and start, preaching the gospel and whatnot to them. I try to do it more with my actions. Try. I'm definitely not perfect, because perfection is God's job. I'm just a work in progress. So I decided to make this channel, and it's kind of funny that I'm doing it now. I've already vlogged like 50 vlogs explaining why I made this channel, but I decided that there aren't really many faith-based video blogs out on YouTube. And I'm not saying that my channel is the best, but I go on and I see, when I have time, I see video blogs of you know, girls driving to the store to get makeup and showing you what brands to get. And I'm like, I can't do that because I don't like to shop, for one. And two, it just, I don't know. I felt like there needed to be more faith-based video blogs on here. You know, you have your Rebecca Black, the Friday song, and I did bop my head to that once. I won't do it again, but I did listening to that. It's kind of catchy, but I didn't want to make like a, you know, be an overnight sensation like that. In fact, I'm lucky if I have one viewer on this video blog. But I decided just to share my faith journey. This is where I come to sit down and just kind of process it all and process it with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed all my past vlogs and the ones that are to come. And well, hopefully I didn't bore you too much, but I don't care if I did or not. So have a nice Memorial Day, and it's back to studying and going out and doing fun stuff for me. So bye.